Always be overdressed sometimes.
I know you're proud of your image, you're proud of who you
How
are,
you look, yeah.
but we need to have these mannerisms on how we package ourselves from the inside, so that we don't come and start making people be embarrassed for us.
When it comes to dressing up and how you should look, does it complement you physically? Does it reflect your personality? And are you dressed for the occasion?
We're coming out! It doesn't mean you should be rigid. We're going to be talking about emerge and shine. Welcome to the New Woman Show. Welcome to the fresh episode of the New Woman Show with Chinelo, where we learn, where we relearn, and where we unlearn. You know those etiquettes, those mannerisms, we're going to learn some today. And remember that this show, this platform is dedicated to Christ, who enables us to shine and emerge. Today's episode is a special one, as we dive into a topic that blends elegance with intention, etiquette in fashion and in dressing. What exactly do we mean when we talk about dressing with etiquette? It goes beyond just wearing clothes, and it's about how we carry ourselves, the choices we make, and the values we reflect, the mannerisms that we adhere to, that we listen to. As a matter of fact, a lot of values, a lot of mannerisms have been lost in the womanhood. Let me use womanhood in quotes. And we just wonder what's happening. Because if you don't have it, you can't give it. If you don't have these mannerisms, this etiquette, these values, what will you pass on to people around you, to your daughters, to your mentees? So we need to actually come back to the drawing board and see if we can gather the remaining values left. We need them. And we have a wonderful personality here in the building. I love her so much. In fact, she's beautiful. If you see her walk, you see that this is etiquette 101 from head to toe. What are you talking about? But before we go into her, please let me do a quick introduction of who she is. Her name is Uns, and she's a certified international etiquette consultant and coach. I told you guys, now I know they bring moi. I bring you professionals, passionate about helping women transform into elegant, confident versions of themselves, just like she's going to do today. With training from Minding Manners London, Lagos Business School, and ISOC Dubai, she has led etiquette workshops and personal development seminars across Nigeria, the UK, and Qatar. A member of the John Maxwell team, Nse empowers individuals and professionals to enhance their confidence, presence, and social skills. She's also a joyful mother of two. Welcome to my show, Miss Uns.
Thank you so much.
I'm super glad to have you.
And
you look fabulous in your black dress.
Thank you so much.
You're popping, you know.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
I like the
much,
way you're already sitting, you know. She's here to teach some of us even how to sit. Okay. I want to ask you a few questions today.
Okay.
Let's talk about the executive. When I mean executive, I mean the female executives. You know, being a female executive, you just feel like you're already the boss. And it doesn't matter how you appear. While some people take over that role with a lot of seriousness and intentionality, some people take over the role with a lot of, I don't care, nonchalant attitude. And they just show up. You see a madam showing up at the meeting because her office does not really require her to wear corporate, and then she just dresses anyhow because she's the madam. So the point here is this: what level of dress sense or dress etiquette should an executive maintain at all times, whether attending a formal program or not? Remember, she's an executive. If you're a female executive, this is for you, because you feel like, okay, this is no longer an office setting. I'll be attending a birthday party of one of my colleagues, and you know your subordinate will be there. Do you think you can still afford to just show up anyhow? And so it's here to guide us.
Thank you so much, Chinelo, for having me. I'm very excited to be here, and then this is a topic that I'm equally passionate about, because how we appear is very important. So it's not just enough for you to feel like you're an executive. First of all, who are you? So on this journey of etiquette, I found out that self-discovery is key. So you're successful in your career, you're successful in every other areas of your life, but yet something is missing within. So who are you, first of all? And then if you're talking about who you are, what does your image have to represent? So as an etiquette or as an executive, how are you supposed to look? So your image is first how you present yourself to yourself. And that goes back to self-discovery. Who am I? How do I want to be perceived? How do I want people to see me? What do I want people to think of me? What's the first impression people will have of me? So it still goes back to self-discovery first. As the executive, is she just knowledgeable in her career and then doesn't know anything about herself? So that goes back to that. Who am I? Who are you? What are you trying to project? What are you trying to what are you trying to communicate to people when they meet you for the first time? So your image is how you present yourself first to yourself, and then to other people. So are you happy the way you're coming out of your house? When you step out of your house, when you look at yourself in the mirror, are you satisfied? If you are, then you go ahead and project yourself to the world. But an executive's appearance is supposed to be professional, first of all, and then be able to command authority and confidence and self-respect. So how you appear must be able to command all of those things as an executive. Your image is really important. You can't afford to just wake up one day and throw out anything. You must be passionate about the colors, the tones, the textures, the length, as a woman. And then you talked about, exposing yourself. For me, fashion isn't about the trends. It's not about indecently exposing yourself. Going back to what I said earlier, self-discovery. Who am I? How do I want people to see me? Do I want them to see me as irresponsible? Remember, you are addressed the way you are addressed, no matter your level of. So if you're an executive and then you're looking shabby,
they'll rubbish you too.
They'll rubbish you. So you have to be able to project an image of what you're trying to communicate to the world and to people when they meet you for the first time.
Okay, thank you. I have an example, a scenario to talk about or to create. Someone told me, she's an executive, that she was invited to take an award. And she couldn't make it to that award, and so she sent someone to help her receive the award. Words got to her that the person that she sent to receive the award was indecently dressed. As a matter of fact, she was sitting at the front row, and then her ties were showing, everything was showing, and they had to call her that this person you sent to receive an award, she's not representing you. So that brings us to mannerisms. For example, you were called to come receive an award for somebody. Let us even assume that it is not you now. That you're receiving the, some people will say, maybe someone will just ask her, why are you dressing this meaning? Please, me, I want to catch Baba, now me be the DG. I beg, and just to go receive the award. But this is where the etiquette comes in, because you should understand the space where you're getting into, right? So now, going forward, she said, moving on, she said, by the time she was trying to think of what to do, they called, the lady in question got an emergency call and she left. And then someone else came to represent the woman. So the executive in question was super excited and so happy and relieved that this lady did not go to the stage to say, I'm receiving this award on behalf of, another person had to come. So that's where the man can. What do you think about people who just show up in different spaces without having the manners to dress the space? Does it need to be learned?
Exactly, you have to learn.
Or we just have to be...
No, nobody's born with it. It's not anybody's birthright. It's something that you learn. That is if you are interested in it. You have to be interested. Nobody should force you to sit a certain way or dress a certain way or talk a certain way. It goes back again. How do I want to be seen? How do I want to be perceived? What am I trying to communicate? Now, going back to the executive, does she know who she is? Does she know her position and her level? What her presence commands? If she's sending someone to represent her, who are you sending?
Who are you sending?
Who are you sending? You can't just send your PA because she's your PA. If your PA does not represent you the way you should be represented, then that is wrong. So before you send somebody out to represent you, look at the person. And then if the person is not put together, you should be able to teach the person, this is the nature of the event you're going for, and then this is how you should appear. Because that person is taking your office right there. So these are the things I keep saying, that etiquette is for everybody, actually. So you go to a public function and then you're not put together. First of all, for women or for young girls, we teach them that your knees and your ankles are always together. You're supposed to sit upright. You know, when you sit upright, your posture says a lot about you.
Please, coach, am I sitting upright? Let me see. You have to learn.
You did well. You're doing fantastic. So your posture says a lot about you. If you're going to be in a public place, you cannot afford to slouch. So it's not just about what you're wearing. It's your posture. You know, when you meet people for the first time, you know, research has it that 55% of the opinion they form of you is based on your appearance.
The first appearance.
38% is based on your body language, your posture. So now, mind you, these are non-verbal forms of communication. So I'm not going to come to you and say, I'm wearing this outfit. It's something I'm going to say. So it's non-verbal. There's no verbal communication.
So
yeah?
etiquette goes beyond outfits.
Outfits.
It goes beyond outfit. When we're talking about etiquette and we're talking about mannerism, it's not about what you're wearing alone. It goes beyond outfit. It goes beyond when it goes as far as when you sit down, how are you sitting? When you speak, how do you speak? What are your body languages? What are gesticulations, right?
Exactly. What are they saying? Because most of these things are non-verbal. So I can be talking to you and I'm looking at you, and then my mind is not here, but the fact that I'm looking at you or thinking that I'm with you, but my mind may not be here. So but if I'm distant already, you can already see that, okay, she's not present, you know. So it goes beyond what you're wearing. So she's not well dressed, and then again, she doesn't know how to sit at such a formal event. So the thing we always say is all of these things, you're supposed to learn them so that when the need arises, you apply it.
You apply
So
it.
you don't have to wait till you're called upon to, we should live ready, basically. Live ready. The way you sit, the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you, whatever it is you're doing, be prepared.
Ooh, now I'm learning, I'm unlearning, I'm relearning, and I'm glad to be here. Okay, coach, so what role does this personal grooming play in achieving these mannerisms? And why is it crucial for maintaining a refined image, especially now with our daughters?
Okay, so like you said, personal grooming, as the name implies, personal, this is you. Going back to the image I talked about, how do you present yourself? So personal grooming is how you take care of yourself for the world to see. So it starts from, everything begins from self. So you can be wearing the best outfit, but then again, your hair is out of place, your makeup is the other way around, your nails are chipped, your shoes are not polished. I mean, those are the external things I said again, that not verbal, but seen. So personal grooming is taking care of yourself. And then for a woman, there should be nothing like, oh, today is my bad hair day. I can go around the way I like, nothing like that.
Cheat day.
There's nothing like that.
You should
then
be put
again,
together all the time.
All the time. Like I said earlier, when people meet you for the first time, or maybe the first thing they look at is, how do you look? And then that is where the grooming comes in. Your hair, and then we look at your face, what type of makeup are you using? If it's daytime, it should be subtle. If it's nighttime, you can go loud. Those are things to pay attention to. Then you're looking at your skin. Are you taking care of your skin? Are you mixing different types of things to put on just because you want to be whiter or cleaner? What are you doing with your skin?
Coach, all these are part of etiquette.
It's all part of it.
Wow.
It's all part of etiquette. It's all part of the rituals and the routines every woman, executive or non-executive, should live by. Because it's the foundation, it embodies you. It helps speak of this elegance and sophistication that we're talking about. It adds to
your confidence as well.
Exactly. So you may not be as wealthy, you may not be in the elite class or whatever, but by the time you carry yourself and package yourself and you come out to the world, people are attracted to you and they want to do business with you. So imagine you go to the hospital and then you meet a medical doctor who has scattered hair. Now, this is the doctor who had graduated from Harvard, for instance, has scattered hair, you know,
looking shabby.
And then you meet another one put together.
Of course.
And it's just training. And you have a situation that needs to be attended to immediately. Who would you be drawn to?
Of course, they put together.
Exactly. But meanwhile, this is the professional that needs to carry out all of these surgeries. But you're taken aback because of their appearance. So the person is not well groomed, their hair is not in place, their facial, whatever is not in place, their clothes are not ironed, they're rumpled, everything is not put together. So for me, personal grooming is the foundation. Yes.
Wow, thank you. You know, when you talk about personal grooming and bringing in mannerism to it, do you know sometimes as women, we just believe that we are already fully dressed and we just leave our house without extras. But I think there should be some level of intentionality when you're going out. Like when I'm going out, I'm always out with my makeup brush, not an extra makeup, for example, but at least my makeup brush to to be able to at least touch my face, my nose, my forehead, to remove the oil. And I'm also always with my hairbrush. In fact, I saw a video where somebody posted, I think a hair seller, and it's not just because she's trying to tell you to buy her hair. Listen to what she said. She posted a video where a celebrity abroad went for a show, and her PA was with her hairbrush, and they were busy, you know, always brushing her hair. I'm sure you'll be like, what's that? You're doing too much. You know, the one you brush at home is not enough. I think that's part of etiquette and mannerism, because she wants to be put together at all times. So I believe as ladies, in everything that we do, we should be more intentional about how we appear, not just about how we appear, but also how we speak, how we, you know, some people...
How we walk.
How we walk.
How we sit, how we eat, how we communicate with people. Now, speaking about someone who goes about with their hairbrush and all that, first of all, it's not appropriate for you to be seen in public touching up your makeup, brushing your hair.
That's another one. Oh my goodness.
So whenever you have to do that
So
as
do
a
that
woman, please go into the
step
restroom.
back.
Step aside. You don't need the world to see you touch up your makeup. It's really, really inappropriate. So that was an inappropriate act. You know, but like I said, we learn every day. We cannot always say you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. It's not our duty. But
we learn
this
every
is what
day.
you learn, and then you put it into practice. So if you're coming out, just make sure that touch up yourself the way you want to, and then you step out.
Maybe when you're coming out from the car, at least before you get down from the car, you would have at least done the final touch, rebrush your hair, just look put together, and not just
even as little as
bounce.
using your lip gloss where people are gathered. It's really inappropriate.
It's inappropriate.
So anytime you want to groom yourself, step back. Go into the restroom.
Anytime you want to groom yourself, by that she means anytime you want to do some touch-up, physical touch-up, and you are in a public space, step back and do it from behind, not from the faces of people. It's inappropriate. Hey, we don't learn another one. Hey, that's my coach. Go coach yourself. Okay, moving on to the final, so we don't waste your time. Okay. Balancing trends with etiquette. In an era of ever-evolving fashion trends and creative styling, how can women integrate these modern elements into their wardrobe while still upholding the timeless principles of dressing etiquette? Everybody wants to wear show me your breast. Everybody wants to wear shorts. Everybody wants to wear leggings. As a matter of fact, coach, as a fashion entrepreneur and a fashion stylist, I can tell that wearing leggings and a jacket is inappropriate. It's not appropriate. So if you come to me, I'm not coaching say now, I'm telling you as a fashion coach now, it is inappropriate. And coach is here to now tell us now that all those trends, how do we do them? We know we want trend, we want to look trendy, you know. At the same time, how do we imbibe our etiquette into them so that we don't look like old school, at the same time still looking polished?
So for an elegant woman, fashion should be like timeless. You should have staples in your wardrobe already. So I like to go by the 80-20 rule. Make sure that that 80 they're your staples. I mean, your blazers, black blazers, your black pants or your black skirts or your black dresses. Those are staples. They never go out of fashion. They would never. Then when it comes to the trendy things, I mean, you just pick a little bit. You don't have to jump on every trend. You do not have, and then, I mean, according to your age as well, sometimes we see the older people, okay, let's not even go into that because everything is personal. But then again, 80-20 rule should be applied. Make sure you have your staples in your wardrobe. And then when you're adding your fashion statements, it should just be the 20% left. Like if it's an accessory, that can go. Then your colors, the colors in your wardrobe is part of the staples I'm talking about. You must have neutrals, you must have blacks, you must have white. They're always there. They will never go out of style. So you're just adding a little bit to it, but always jumping on trends. What happens when it goes off?
It's already, this is the time for waistcoats, and then you see women wear waistcoats without shirts, and then some part of the boobs here will fly out, this one will fly out, and you know, all that.
So that's still part of the grooming. What is your underwear saying? And then for those who like to expose themselves, I don't know what their intentions are, because a lot of people, they have a motive to everything, so we cannot judge them. But honestly, dress the way you want to be addressed. And then, what are you trying to communicate? Especially if you have children. What are you trying to communicate? Especially if you have people that are looking up to you. Are you going to always have your private parts in public just because of fashion?
Because of fashion.
So these are things to take note of. And it goes back again to the self-discovery part I'm talking about. Who am I? Am I aware of myself? What are my values? What are my beliefs? What are my... These are the things to ask yourself. By the time you put these things down and then you know them, I don't think you'll come out with your breasts popping out. Or indecently dressed, all in the name of fashion.
Sitting just anyhow.
Exactly.
Because I noticed that even some adults don't know how to sit.
Yes.
You see adults, I have girls at home and I tell them your knees should be together. They didn't even know, but I just knew that that's the only way your legs, your thighs will not show, when the knees are together.
Yes.
So, but some adults don't even know this.
Yeah, because they were not taught in time. And then it's hard to teach older people. When I started off, it was easier to teach older people, because the children will embrace you easily. But now, I mean, women I like the fact that women are opening up now, and they're willing to learn. And, you know, everybody wants to look a certain way. So for me, what do you want to communicate? I like to communicate elegance, sophistication, a peaceful outlook. What do you want to communicate? Make sure that at the same time, you're not stepping on toes, you're not, you know, looking indecent. It all depends on you. How do you want to present yourself to the world, both personally and professionally?
And I also noticed that, I also know that how you want to present yourself can be, you know, we have to present ourselves in a way that it's acceptable. You shouldn't disrupt people with your, you know, your indecent look, you know. There are jumpsuits now that are like Lycra.
Yeah.
And you have, you know, you have ties. You know, you have bum, you know. And me, in my field, I've been teaching women how to try to wear leggings under their Lycra materials, just so it can at least firm up your thighs first, and then you won't have to have all this.
Stretch marks, sorry.
You know, what's the called, cellulites showing and all those plenty. I know you're proud of your image, you're proud of who you are, you look, but we need to have these mannerisms on how we package ourselves from the inside, so that we don't come and start making people be embarrassed for us. You know, people can really get embarrassed because I saw your sister, I was embarrassed. Hey, I couldn't. No, don't do that. This show is telling us how to. We have to.
So there are three things you need to know about how you dress. Does your dressing, when it comes to dressing up and how you should look, does it complement you physically? Does it reflect your personality? And are you dressed for the occasion? Those are the three things every woman or everybody, three questions you must always ask yourself when you're putting your outfit together. Does it complement you physically? Does it reflect your personality? And does it fit? Is it appropriate for the occasion? And then sometimes if you're not sure what to wear as well, there's Google. Google this information, Pinterest, go on Instagram, find out what is appropriate for every occasion so that you're not out of place. And sometimes, most times, it's good to be overdressed. I would say that. Always be overdressed sometimes. And then when you get into the environment that you've been, you know, that function, if you see that you're overdressed, it's easier to take off one item than being so underdressed, and then you now start, you know, because the way you dress helps to boost your confidence. If you're properly dressed, it gives you another level of confidence. Yes.
Whew, what a beautiful show. We've learned quite a number of things today, and it's important that we discover ourselves. That's what Coach Insa is saying. She says, discover who you are. What do you want? What message do you want to pass? Discover your personality. Discover your identity. Like me, I know who I am, and I know that I cannot just come anywhere looking, oh no, I have to. Even my mannerism, the way you greet people, the way you talk, the way you sit, the way you guide people, we have to discover who we are. Okay? Thank you so much for coming, Coach Insa. We are so honored to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you again on the next episode of the New Woman Show. Remember to subscribe to this channel. Remember to follow us on our Instagram page, The New Woman Global, and our fashion page, Dress Island Chinelo. Please subscribe, like, and follow us. See you soon. The New Woman, The New Woman.